Yeah, excitement building here in Paris, Robin, with the 12-month countdown until the Olympics and the Paralympics come to Paris. There are lots of events that have been scheduled over the last couple of days. For example, the release of the design of the Olympic torch, which will hold the Olympic flame on its journey from Greece all the way to Paris next year. And we've had also discussions with the head of the Paris 2024 organising committee, Tony Estanguet. He's been attending a lot of events to mark the fact that we now have 1 year to go. We can now listen in now to our report marking the fact that the 12-month countdown has begun.
A party atmosphere in Paris as the French capital marks 12 months until the 2024 Olympic Games. The official torch, which will hold the Olympic flame, was unveiled to start the 1 year countdown. Sprint legend Usain Bolt was on hand to mark the occasion. The Paris torch will be made by the Indian steel giant ArcelorMittal from recycled and renewable sources. The president of the organising committee says Paris 2024 is trying to set an example of improved climate awareness and gender equality. 95% of the venues already exist or will be temporary. Only the aquatics venue and the athletes' village are being built from scratch. The location for the opening ceremony is also already in place.
On the 26th of July 2024, in exactly 1 year's time, this is where the Olympic opening ceremony will take place, on the River Seine in Paris.
A flotilla of nearly 200 boats will carry the flag bearers from the competing nations, with hundreds of thousands of spectators expected to line the banks of the river to watch the ceremony. French luxury giant LVMH is a premium sponsor of the 2024 Paris Olympics, a move that will help the organisers reach their sponsorship targets of $1.37 billion. Other major domestic sponsors include communications company Orange, electricity provider EDF, pharmaceuticals company Sanofi, and retail giant Carrefour.
Nos maisons sont même, à bien des égards,
in many ways, I believe our brands are the symbol of France, of its elegance, its audacity and its style. So it's only natural that we should lend our support to an event that will shine a worldwide spotlight on France and Paris in particular.
There is still work to do on security arrangements for the ambitious opening ceremony, allocating the remaining tickets, finalising the sporting schedule and finishing the building or inspection work at the competition arenas. But 7 years after it was awarded the 2024 Games, the preparations in the French capital are now entering the home straight.
Well, you might remember the 2020 Tokyo Olympics was delayed by a year to 2021 because of the coronavirus pandemic, and even then international fans didn't attend. The 2016 Rio Olympics also impacted by the Zika virus, so you have to go back to 2012 in London to find the most recent Olympics that wasn't impacted in some way by a major medical issue. The organisers of Paris 2024 hoping that they will be able to welcome fans fully back, no constraints, no restrictions, with lots of events scheduled for the very centre of Paris. For example, underneath the Eiffel Tower there will be the beach volleyball taking place, and we saw a little bit of the River Seine there. We will be able to watch the swimming events, the long distance events from bridges over the River Seine, cheering on people swimming in the Seine after it has been declared clean enough for Olympic competition. And that is one of the legacies of the Games. The Mayor of Paris, Anne Hidalgo, hoping to be able to open 3 city centre outdoor swimming pools in the waters of the Seine as a legacy for that open water swimming in the river, which is one of the real symbols at the heart of these Games. In fact, the idea of water was one of the ideas behind the design of the Olympic torch, so really playing a central role, the River Seine. Robin?
Ross, thank you very much. Our correspondent Ross Cullen in Paris. Well, Tony Estanguet is the president of Paris 2024. He's been telling CGTN why France has a special connection with the modern Olympics.
C'est très important effectivement pour la France d'accueillir à nouveau les Jeux.
It has been 100 years since we last welcomed the Summer Games. You know, France has a particular link with the Olympic Games because it was here in Paris that Baron Pierre de Coubertin decided to relaunch the modern Olympic Games by creating the International Olympic Committee at the Sorbonne on June 23, 1894. There really is a historical aspect at play here. France will once again welcome the world and the Olympic Games, and that is why there is real enthusiasm and why we feel that there is a real desire to offer the best of our country. These Olympics will be incredibly spectacular. We are going to start the celebration with the torch relay, where we will go to Mont Saint-Michel, to the Cannes Film Festival. We will go to the beaches of Normandy, somewhere the most beautiful mountains in our country, the most beautiful beaches, the most beautiful museums will be celebrated with the torch relay. And during the Olympics, there are also going to be exceptional moments, because we will have the most beautiful places in our country transformed into sports fields. And so, it's going to be sporting emotions and cultural emotions from our heritage.